So Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford is battling right now for what they're going to do next. Errol Spence Jr. pulled up on the winner of Tim Tszyu and Spence-Fundora. And it looks like he's going to be possibly getting that fight instead of Terence Crawford. Okay, a lot of boxing fans are pissed off right now. Terence Crawford fans are mad at Errol Spence, and Errol Spence fans because they believe Terence Crawford deserves to get the winner of that fight, or if not the rematch. Okay, and they believe that Errol Spence Jr. does not deserve it because he took that L from Terence Crawford last July, and the fans are back arguing back and forth. And in my personal opinion, I kind of like it. I think it's good for boxing. I think Errol Spence and Terence Crawford may end up clashing into each other one day again. But Errol Spence Jr. did take the initiative to pull up to the fight. Okay, I don't know where Terence Crawford was at. I don't know why he ain't decided to show up. But Errol Spence pulled up. He got on TV. And he got up in the ring and he started talking his junk. Okay, so I understand Terence Crawford is not with the PBC, and this was a PBC card, so we kind of understand and we know how that goes. But before I really get into this video, there's a lot to talk about, a lot of possibilities, a lot of stuff to get into. We probably read some comments and all of that. I do want to welcome everybody back to the channel though. Much love, peace, and blessings to everybody checking in. Y'all know how we do. This your boy Get a Mic. Welcome back to the original Gym Boxing. And we want to get in here and talk about it, man. So let's get right into it. Subscribe to the channel, bell icon, all of that good stuff. But yeah, man, it's been a lot going on with Errol Spence, Terence Crawford. It's good to see Errol Spence Jr. is doing okay mentally after that last fight. That was a tough loss. I think anybody, would have a tough time with taking such a big defeat. Especially to the guy who everybody, basically looked at as your rival, your arch nemesis. And but he still looks like he's in good spirits, man. And now it looks like he's trying to get back in the ring. Okay, now we see here that the WBO has basically ordered Terence Crawford to face Fundora. Okay, but it looks like it's expected that Fundora is going to vacate the title. Okay, WBO president Paco, I don't know how to pronounce his name, confirmed last night that his organization will order WBC, WBO junior middleweight champion Spence-Fundora to defend against the mandatory Terence Crawford this week. Fundora captured that belt when he basically beat Tim Tszyu. It says the WBO only has control over their belt, so they can't do anything if Fundora vacates their title and chooses to defend his newly WBC belt against Errol Spence Jr. Now, we did see in a video, I talked about it yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, that Fundora's team is basically looking like they want to go in the Errol Spence direction. Okay, they talked about it. I'm pretty sure all of you guys seen that his team is basically believing that Errol Spence is going to be the much bigger draw. They believe Errol Spence, in fighting in Dallas, can sell out that arena, AT&T Arena. I had the pleasure of being there on a couple of occasions watching Errol fight. It does get kind of packed in there. A lot of people do show up, okay? And I guess they believe that, maybe Terence Crawford is not necessarily going to be able to, basically bring in that much, fans. He's not going to be able to put that much asses in seats. So in my personal opinion, do I think Errol Spence is going to get that fight? I do believe it's possible that he do. And I think that it'll be a good fight. You know what I'm saying? I think that'll be a pretty good fight, man. I don't necessarily think it'll be an easy one for Errol because Fundora is extremely tall. He knows how to fight on the inside. He just got in there with a very, very tough fighter, Tim Tszyu, which I think Tim Tszyu was going to win the fight if he didn't get his head gashed. I mean, the blood just kept dripping the whole fight. I don't know what the hell his cut man was doing, but he just could not stop the bleeding. It was just terrible. And it's like, bro, what are you using over there, bro? Like, he kept, like, trying to put the little Q-tips in his head, like, in the cut. Then he kept putting Vaseline on it. But it's like, bro, how much Vaseline you going to put, bro? You got to figure something out. You got to figure something out, man, because that was not working. This man's whole face was dripping as soon as he got up out the chair. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't understand, but I think Tim Tszyu would have possibly won that fight if he wasn't bleeding, so crazy. I think he would have ended up winning. He was basically touching up Fundora. He was, doing everything he needed to do. But the blood, he wasn't able to pretty much fight his game plan. So in my personal opinion, I think Errol Spence does have a chance to win this fight. I think it won't be easy, but we know Errol Spence is the type of guy, to usually work the body punches. Okay, he's always going downstairs. He's always, hitting guys to the stomach, hitting guys to the rib cage. So I think a guy like Fundora, as tall as he is, I think his body is going to be there to be hit all night. And we know Errol Spence Jr. likes to attack the body attack. He likes to go to the body attack. So what could be next for Terence Crawford if Errol Spence does, get away with this fight, which I believe will happen. It's a PBC situation, so I don't think Terence Crawford is going to get that fight. Fundora is definitely expected to vacate and move forward. But in my personal opinion, in or around the weight class, I think there's a lot of guys for Terence Crawford to fight. If he wants to, get a big fight, a potential opponent that everybody, think will be a good one and make a decent amount of money. One of which is Jaron Ennis, right? I think Jaron Ennis is a fight that a lot of people want to see. All right, the dude got skills to pay the bills. A lot of people think he can beat Crawford. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's the case. I would probably still have to lean a little bit towards Terence Crawford just based off of experience, based off of, just the fact that you can't really count Crawford out no more. All right, I know a lot of people, like to pick against him. But you can't really count Crawford out. Every time he gets in there, he takes care of business every single time. But I don't know if he's going to stay at 147. Is Terence Crawford looking to move up? I know there was a dispute between him and Errol about where their rematch might take place. Errol Spence said he did his thing at 147. He ain't really looking to be at 147 no more. He's moving up. He wants to fight at 154. That way he can be stronger. He can be more healthier. But, I don't understand what the whole situation is with the weight class thing because, Terence Crawford saying he want to fight Errol at 147. Y'all let me know down in the comment section if I'm wrong. But then he wants to, fight Tim Tszyu or Fundora. But, I mean, both of these guys are at 154. So I'm not really sure how that makes sense where you could definitely rematch Errol Spence at 154. But I am hearing some rumors that Errol Spence is going to try to get back, get some fights. Maybe Fundora, and then after that, who knows? But they're talking about him possibly still trying to go after the Canelo fight. So that's another situation that, you just never know how it might play out. But at 154 pounds, I don't know if he's going to be able to get that Jermell Charlo fight. That's a fight that I would still like to see. I think that'll be a game changer type of announcement. If they was to announce that fight, I think, that'll be a good one. After what we just seen that happened to, Charlo versus Canelo. So it'll make for a good build-up. I'm pretty sure there'll be a lot of trash talk and all of that good stuff like that. But, who knows? There's a lot of different fights at 154. It's a pretty good division. We got Erickson Lubin, Virgil Ortiz. We know Sebastian Fundora is about to fight Errol, but, they got Jesus Ramos. It's a lot of different fights that Terence Crawford could fight at 154 pounds if, he's not able to get Tim Tszyu or the Fundora fight or something of that magnitude, man. But, this, in my personal opinion, I like this whole thing where Errol Spence and Terence Crawford is still back at it on Twitter. They still getting into it about, different things of that nature because I still want to see a rematch. In my personal opinion, to this day, I still want to see a rematch. To this day. I still want to see that rematch because I think Errol Spence Jr. could do a much better job than what he did in the first fight. Credit to Terence Crawford for winning, though, but I still think Errol Spence Jr. can do a much better job, especially if he get a couple of other, tune-up fights and things of that nature, man. But I'm not going to be here too long. I just wanted to really get in here, give my thoughts on the situation. We probably continue to talk about, any news that might come up. But you know, that's pretty much what I got for this video. If I left anything out, feel free to drop it down in the comment section. Just wanted to get in here and talk to y'all about it. So I really appreciate everybody for checking in. Feel free to subscribe, bell icon, hit the like button, guys, please. It's free. You know what I'm saying? YouTube likes when y'all hit the like button. So smack that thing real quick and keep it moving, man. Much love, peace, and blessings. And I'll holler at y'all in the next video. Peace out, y'all.